much concerned about the development of Nigerians and all issues concerning Nigerians in the diaspora. Because one of the problems that we face is that we don't have so much information. And because of this, people don't really know when and how to act.
Okay.
Yes, so this channel is to try to bridge the gap between Nigerians and information to see that at least they get information. So we are concerned about all information about Nigeria. And recently I saw that... Yes, sir, thank you. I saw that you've been to this Diaspora Day in Nigeria. And that is the main reason why I'm calling you. But then the information you sent me, the article that you wrote, also have exposed me to some of your expectations and also some of your questions, some things you want to see in the Nigerian community, in Nigeria and also in the diaspora. So I want to thank you so much. I just want you to briefly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Let me just start by saying that your initiative is very, very laudable because, like they say, information is power.
Yes, sir.
And what you're trying to do is supply people the information they need to be empowered.
Yes, sir.
Well, like you rightly pointed out, I'm Collins Nweke. I'm, of course, a Nigerian, currently based in Belgium and has been in Belgium for quite a while now.
Okay.
I'm a second-term municipal legislator at Ostend City Council, where I'm serving my second term of office, and I had been the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Europe.
Okay.
Which incidentally actually has a chapter in Switzerland.
Yes, sir.
Ewhrax.
Yes.
So the Nigerian diaspora is actually something that I have been very much involved in because actually before becoming the chairman, I had been the chief executive at the headquarters of the organization in London, and then went on to become the general secretary of the board, and then later became a chairman. So I retired, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
To say I retired from the NIDO, Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Politics in 2013 after serving out my time as chairman. But of course, like all good people do, I try to make my my knowledge, my skills and all of that available both to NIDO, but in extension to Nigeria. So that's a little bit
about you. Thank you very much, sir. This is very elaborate too. I see that. When exactly did you begin to serve for the Nigerians in the diaspora? When did you begin? Is it 2009?
No, that must have been 2004. I was appointed the chief executive of the headquarters in London in 2004.
Okay.
I served in that capacity till 2006, and then got elected as General Secretary in 2007.
Okay.
A term of office I served till 2009, and then became chairman in 2011.
Okay.
Till 2013.
Okay, it's 2 years tenure. 2 years tenure. So you are actually one of the founding members of NIDO Europe.
You can say that, yes. I think it's fair enough to say that.
Yes, and since you've been doing this, you are still based in Belgium, not in the UK. You were already based in Belgium and having all these positions.
Well, yes, of course. The UK, more or less is a second home, but indeed the main home where myself and the family where we are based is Belgium. Yes.
Okay, so you've been there and doing all this stuff. So how much time do you need to put in to be able to handle this position? Are you doing some other job and doing this also for the community at the same time?
It is community engagement.
Okay.
Now, and I think the question you've just asked is very, very important. The reason it's important is because there is this misplaced notion that, serving within NIDO is actually a matter of, trying to see the much that you can take, out of NIDO, out of Nigeria. No, NIDO is purely service. It is service because it is more of how much of your time and expertise that, you can make available to, the project Nigeria. It's community service. And some of us, take it up as a way of remaining engaged with our home country, but also a way of, putting back to the country that made you.
Okay. And I can see from my calculation here, your journey began within the NIDO Europe in 2004 to 2011, which is like 7 years. During this time, apart from your personal achievements of being this executive, being the general secretary and the chairman, what else did the community achieve during this time, during these 7 years? How much did this community, this NIDO Swiss and NIDO Europe community achieved?
Yes. Essentially, it was President Olusegun Obasanjo who facilitated the establishment of the organization, and the purpose is to enable Nigerians living outside Nigeria, that's the diaspora, to contribute to national development using NIDO as a platform. Now, in all of these years, a number of initiatives had been taken. I mean, quite apart from trying to mold the organization to make it, to enable it be able to fulfill its goals and objectives. There have been quite a number of projects and initiatives that were carried out. So I can give specific examples. Almost on a yearly basis, there is a medical mission, Nigerian medical personnel based outside Nigeria, who go back to Nigeria, to serve communities there, but also to help to retrain their peers, their counterparts, medical doctors and nurses back in Nigeria to be able to provide, services to people. There have also been a number of, what you call sabbatical, where Nigerian academics, out here in Europe and America and Asia, go back to Nigeria to serve in different capacities in schools and colleges, universities, and all of that. A few other minor examples are, for example, building of solar energy plants for some communities up north that I'm aware that NIDO Europe helped to put in place.
Okay.
So there are a few examples. Of course, we have one or two frustrations here and there that things are not moving as fast as they should, and those continue to be areas that need to be worked on and improved. So has NIDO done as much as would have been expected? No, more could have been done, but I believe that it is work in progress.
Okay, sir. These things you just mentioned now, this medical assistance and service from professionals to the Nigerian community, secondary school and colleges and secondary schools in Nigeria. This is very good. The problem that we have also is this lack of information, because these things that you are telling me, there is no website or documentation where we can find to see all this information in place. So this is causing a little bit of doubt. For example, now the last information on the Diaspora Day in Nigeria, it is also not well presented in the NIDO Europe website. So people find it difficult to connect, and being that the NIDO Europe also is not being propagated by the NIDO share people in different states. For example, in Switzerland, I came to know NIDO Europe maybe like 3 years ago. And they've asked us to join this NIDO Europe with 50 euros, something like that, or 50 pounds, something like that. But then we don't really see the NIDO Europe in like an organization that is functional. This is the problem we have. What are you going to say about this?
Yeah, I recall very well that the last statement I made in answering your last question was that it is work in progress.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I also recognize the frustration within the community that information is not sieving through as it should, and that is where programs such as yours play very, very important role. In my sojourn within NIDO, I have had the opportunity, and I must say the privilege of hosting 2 Europe-wide and 1 worldwide Nigerian diaspora event right there in Switzerland, where you are.
Where was that, sir?
The first must have been, I believe, in 2008.
Okay.
2007, 2008. We were in, not in Bern, but
in Geneva or Zurich?
In Zurich.
Okay.
That was in Zurich.
Okay, sir.
And then another one in Bern, another one also in Geneva, and of course they were very well attended. I must say that at the time, NIDO Swiss was, I believe, one of the best organized.
Was it during the time of Mr. Issa Abdullahi?
Mr. Issa Abdullahi was the chapter chairman that I worked with when I was the chairman of NIDO Europe. A fine gentleman, I must say.
Yeah.
There are also a number of other very well engaged individuals. But yes, I agree with you. More could be done, perhaps by engaging the different Nigerian community, professional, village organizations, to create more awareness. Creation of awareness is not a one-off thing, it is a continuous process, and I believe intensified work in that area needs to be done. Okay,
thank you very much, sir. And I want to come back to your article that you wrote. This article was written on the 25th of July. Is it correct, sir? This 2006. There you wrote that one moment please. Your conclusion was that to get the Diaspora Day right, you must first get the Nigerian Diaspora Policy right. This is what you wrote. And what do you mean by this, sir?
What I mean is that it is appalling that more than 10 years after Nigerians in Diaspora Organization was formed, there is still no coherent diaspora policy for Nigeria. Incidentally, the last concrete attempt made at establishing a Nigerian diaspora policy was in 2010, right there in Zurich, Switzerland, where we organized a summit drawing people from different walks of life within the diaspora, and also government functionaries and politicians from Nigeria to debate the draft Nigerian diaspora policy that my administration put together at the time. Okay,
your administration has proposed this policy.
We have it's already proposed and of course sent to government.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, issues like out-of-country voting, where Nigerians
can vote,
will be able to vote from wherever location they are, they were all included with, concrete steps on how those could be achieved. Unfortunately, back in Nigeria, they work in ways that are actually not commendable in terms of expediting action to see that this diaspora policy is passed. Now, it's not all doom. It's not all doom because after years of intensive agitations, we managed to get the Nigerian Commission bill to be passed.
Okay.
Now, that having been passed, it is now and has been in the desk of Mr. President for more than a year now, and it only requires the the signature of the President for the bill to take effect and the commission set up. Now, I believe that once that commission is set up, the procedures of getting the Nigerian diaspora policy will be expedited, and I believe that from that moment on things may go faster. So the buck stops with Mr. President, and I believe that the right efforts now should be channeled towards getting Mr. President to sign the Diaspora Commission bill, and then the Diaspora Policy perhaps will follow thereafter. So
who is in charge of fronting in charge?
Well, there are two cardinal individuals in Nigeria. Of course, it is within the politics of Nigeria. So you have the House Committee on Diaspora Affairs, which is positioned within the Nigerian House of Representatives.
Okay.
And then you also have a Senate Committee on Diaspora Affairs. Now, the two chairpersons of these bodies are actually best positioned to begin to lobby, but I believe also that the diaspora have their own role to play.
Yes.
An organized diaspora should be, working very well and setting in motion all, negotiating and lobbying instruments to see that the right people are lobbied so that the Diaspora Commission bill is signed. So it could be looked at as a three-way thing. Way one is the diaspora themselves, perhaps under the leadership of NIDO, and then you have the House Committee on Diaspora Affairs, and then the Senate Committee on Diaspora Affairs. Once a synergy is formed between these three blocks and everything, I believe it might make a difference.
Okay, and in your own words, when do you believe that this bill will be signed? When do you think? Because now it has been some time. When do you think this will take place?
Well, unfortunately, I do not have a crystal ball, to see through the future, and I think it will be foolish on my part to put any date to it.
Okay.
The only thing I can say is that the diaspora bill is better passed sooner rather than later, and I believe that all the stakeholders who should make it happen should not backside and think that it will happen just like that. No, things like that don't just fall on people's lap.
True.
You have to continue the work from where people before you stop, and ensure that you pursue it conclusively.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Let me come back to the Diaspora Day in Abuja that just took place. What was your finding? What did you find? Because when you spoke with this television house in Nigeria, you have explained some things. I think I'm not sure. I don't want to say it. What is the outcome of this day? What was the outcome?